Hello internet friends, in this review spec video we're going to take a look at Snarl. That's right, the only Dinobot not to appear in the 86 movie. Anywhere. Absolutely no sign of him whatsoever. Snarl. If you don't know what review specs are, a brief explanation. In each review spec video we rate a transformer in one of 5 categories: accuracy, articulation, scale, transformation and alt mode, giving it a score out of 10 in each of those. Then we engage the proprietary and very expensive retro and reissue bioneural assessment algorithm, or B.L.A.G for short, to crunch those numbers, giving us an overall score out of 10. So far, this is the only proven way to obtain an entirely objective scientific assessment of a Transformers figure. I'd certainly ignore any of those scathing rebuttals that say otherwise. But enough waffle, tech specs ho! Devastator! Sorry, wrong IP. First up, accuracy. In terms of his silhouette and actual proportions, I think this Snarl is spot on. His split tail shoulders look great, and the slightly top-heavy nature of his design. Basically, I think Snarl works on his upper body, neglects the quads and the feet, is replicated well. But the big question here is the gold, or the yellow. In this case, both. Opinion differs about the choice of gold for the 86 Dinobots. Some people would prefer yellow, like the cartoon. Others like the gold in reference to the original toys. But I think whatever side of that debate you land on, we can all agree it should be one or the other. Not this, not a combination of both. And I'm going to ding Snarl pretty hard here because of it. Hasbro, just pick a colour. The Dinobots are standout figures in the 86 line. Leader class figures we pay 60 quid for. Don't tell me it was too expensive to paint all his gold bits gold. And if that's really the excuse, then just go for all yellow, not this middle ground that satisfies no one. So for accuracy, I'm going to say 7 for Snarl because of that. Articulation, like all the Dinobots, pretty good. You can do an awful lot with these figures, from splayed out dynamic action moments to a relaxed sit down. I always want these big figures to have individually jointed fingers and always miss them when they're not there. An open palm or a pointing finger, it can make a huge difference to the tone and the mood that's being displayed with the character. But otherwise, Snarl is great when it comes to posability. I think it's a 9 for articulation. Scale. Big, big, big. All the Dinobots are really big and Snarl's no exception. Too big? If I'm being brutally honest, then yeah, I think the 86 Dinobots are a bit too big in comparison to the rank and file Autobots like Hot Rod and Cup. But it's always a judgment call when it comes to scale. Maybe Cup and Hot Rod are too small and need to be scaled up to meet the Dinobots. The scale is always changing from moment to moment in the movie anyway, and on balance I'd rather they were too big than too small, so I'd say 8 for scale. Transformation. Of all the Dinobots, I find Snarl the easiest to transform, second only to Grimlock. Slug and Sludge have some fiddly bits and take some finagling to work their joints into place. Snarl is more straightforward. I'd say 8 for transformation. His alt mode, however, is a little disappointing, mainly because of that mismatched gold and yellow. It's more obvious in alt mode, and because of this seam that runs down the middle of his face. Honestly, I usually keep Snarl in robot mode. Anytime that happens, I know there's a problem somewhere. The form factor is correct though, and he has that prerequisite spikiness and chunkiness that all self-respecting Stegosauruses should have. I'm saying 7 for his alt mode. Just pick a colour, Hasbro. This could have been avoided. Okay, so the moment we've all been waiting for, where we plug those numbers into the B.L.A.G computer. Accuracy 7, articulation 9, scale 8, transformation 8, and alt mode 7. Now it's time for the algorithm to work its magic and provide us with that final score that we can take to the bank, in the sure and certain knowledge that anyone who questions it doesn't have a leg to stand on. Just give me a sec. It can be a bit fiddly due to all the tape switching. There you go. Data processing underway, and the final score for Snarl is an 8. That sounds about right to me, although in a more spiky mood I might say we're letting Hasbro off the hook a bit there. A 7 might be more fitting because of that indecision when it comes to the coloration, but I have to bow to the algorithm's superior wisdom. It always knows best, and it says 8, then Snarl is an 8. Do you agree with the B.L.A.G's verdict on this one though? What would you rate 86 Snarl if not? And stick around for more review specs in the future. I'm really enjoying this format, and there's only like... well, there's an awful lot of figures to do, but that just means more videos. So don't forget to sub up for those. Thanks for watching. I've been Abiet, and I'll see you next time.